we've been talking about lists so far in Excel, and now I'd actually like to talk about how to convert this into a table. So tables are a little different. Now, a list exists from a certain cell reference to another reference. So for example, A1 to G23. In this particular case, that's my list, which is fine. Inserting rows can be an issue. And the issue could be, if I'm referencing this list in a pivot table or some formula, VLOOKUP function, I may have to go back to those functions and edit that range constantly. Whereas if I use a table, it actually names the data list or the data set for you, and as I add in new records, it expands and changes that name for me. Whereas with this, if I simply come down here and start typing, it's a bit of a problem. If I inserted a row, it'd be less of a problem, but we might not remember to do that. So tables are first beneficial because it organizes the data for us. Second reason is it can be simple to add in formulas. You get formatting advantages, and you get some nice features. So to use tables, what you're going to do is you're going to, let's say, start with an Excel list. You don't have to, but I'm going to start with an Excel list here. Then I'm going to go to the Insert tab and choose Table. Now, it automatically picked up the range because I was clicked into the list, so that's perfect for me. I'm going to hit OK. So you can see as soon as I make the table, it automatically gives me some formatting, which we can change. We also get this Table Tools Design tab, this contextual ribbon that pops up. Keep in mind, that only shows up when I'm clicked into my table, as you can see here. So when I'm clicked into my table, I can quickly change the formatting if we wanted to. There's a wide variety of formats. I can apply special formatting to the first row, so the headings, obviously we want them. First column can have special formatting. Last column can have special formatting. You can add a total row at the bottom here, and you can see that this can be actually modified. I can add in counts or sums or any of these things on different columns at any time. You also have the ability to name the table or name the data set. So under table name here, I can give it whatever name I'd want, and now I can refer to this data set by that name. Adding in a record is as simple as going to the last cell of your table, hitting tab, automatically expands everything, adds the record in. We can delete them just like we can delete rows in Excel. It's done the exact same way. A couple other advantages you get. You have some quick tools here on the Design tab to insert a slicer. These are quick filters. They're visual filters. They have them for pivot tables, and now they have them for tables in Office 2013 and Office 365. So that's a nice fast way to add in some filtering. You also have the ability to summarize with a pivot table, a nice quick button, export, as well as convert it back. So you can actually convert this back to a range if you wanted to. One that is interesting here is remove duplicates. We'll talk about that a little bit later on for use to locate and find duplicate entries in your lists. That can be a fast way to do it. So that's a little brief introduction to tables. And sorry, one more thing before I forget here. When you add a table, you automatically get the drop downs next to your headings, and you can filter down here like we were talking about in the previous video. You can also sort here. So just like what the features we had related to an Excel list, we have with a table. There are a few limitations. So for example, tables, you don't have a feature called subtotals. It's grayed out over here on the data tab. Whereas with lists, you do have the ability to have subtotals. And we'll actually talk about that subtotals feature in the next video. So check that one out to see how this subtotals feature can be used in lists and not tables.